Welcome back, movie lovers. Today I'm going to be explaining an action fantasy movie from 1986 titled Big Trouble in Little China. Spoilers ahead, watch out, take care. The movie starts with our two main characters, Jack and Wang Chi. Jack laughs victoriously as he beats Wang Chi and other men in a game of dominoes. Wang Chi tells Jack that he has beginner's luck, and he tells another man that Jack wants to quit just because he won one game. And as Jack collects his money from off the table, Wang Chi appears to be very upset about losing. Jack tries to ease the tension by telling him they're just two friends playing a game. But Wang Chi aggressively slams his bottle down, insinuating that he wants a rematch. Then he bets Jack, $1,148 nothing or double, that he can cut the glass bottle in half. Jack tosses his money down and he happily accepts the bet. Wang Chi places the bottle down as he prepares to cut it. He then chops the bottle, but Jack quickly catches it with amazing cat-like reflexes. He then tells him to pay him his money. But Wang Chi stiffs Jack, telling him he doesn't have that kind of money, because he's just a poor Chinese boy. Wang Chi then tries to finesse his way out of paying Jack, by telling him after he comes from the airport he'll get his money. But to make sure he gets paid, Jack tells Wang Chi to hop in his truck, because he'll be taking him to the airport. Soon after, Jack asks Wang Chi who they're picking up. So Wang Chi shows him a picture of his fiancée, Miao Yin, who he hasn't seen in over 5 years. Upon their arrival to the airport, as they wait for Miao Yin, Jack gets intrigued, as he suddenly spots a woman named Gracie, who is also waiting for her friend. Wang Chi then tells Jack that his fiancée has beautiful green eyes. But Jack tilts his glasses and ignores Wang Chi, as he continues to stare at Gracie. Meanwhile, Miao Yin grabs her luggage off the baggage carousel and she heads to Wang Chi. At the same time, Jack approaches Gracie, and he tries to shoot his shot. When suddenly, a group of men aggressively walks right through them, who belong to an American Chinese street gang, called the Lords of Death. Then, as Wang Chi calls to Miao Yin, a member of the Lords of Death grabs her, and he places a gun to her head, and they immediately leave the airport kidnapping Miao Yin. The men race to their car with a frightened Miao Yin, with Jack and Wang Chi in pursuit as Gracie points them to where they ran. The car then comes speeding around the corner, with Jack and Wang Chi standing directly in their path. And with the car seconds away from hitting them, Jack quickly pushes him and Wang Chi out of the way. And the Lords of Death escape, with Miao Yin restrained in the trunk. Soon after, Jack and Wang Chi arrive in an alley in Chinatown, where they track down the Lords of Death main hideout. And suddenly, the two see a Chinese warrior group called the Changsings, who Wang Chi claims are good guys who are holding a funeral. Then Jack is startled as he looks in his side view mirror, and sees a man twirling a large meat cleaver. Then the rivals of the Changsings, called the Wing Kong, arrives, heavily armed and ready for battle. And suddenly a member of the Wing Kongs fires a revolver, stopping the Changsings dead in their tracks. Then, a battle quickly ensues, as a member of the Wing Kong unloads deadly gunfire on the Changsings. Then the two rivals charge at each other, and begin to beat each other to a pulp with skillful karate moves. Suddenly, both gangs quickly flee as an unexpected bright explosion goes off. Then out emerging from the thick cloud appears the three storms. Thunder, then rain as he descends from the sky. And lastly as he descends from a powerful thunderbolt. Lightning. In the next scene, the Wing Kongs begin to shoot at the powerful three warriors. However, the three storms are immortal warriors that can't be killed. Three daggers then emerge in unison, and the three storm warriors attack the Wing Kong soldiers. Jack then turns to Wang with a look on his face, that this can't possibly be happening. Then Wang tells Jack no questions, and just hurry and get the hell out of here. Jack then punches the gas full throttle, with the three storms in front of the truck. But they each effortlessly move out of the way. Then a Chinese sorcerer named David Lo Pan suddenly appears, who controls the three storms, and Jack runs him over. He then gets out of his truck, and he is blinded by David Lo Pan, as a bright blinding light begins to emit from his eyes and mouth. Wang then quickly comes and grabs Jack in an alley, and the two quickly flee and escape being killed by Lo Pan. Not long after, Wang takes Jack back to his restaurant. There, Jack meets Wang's friend Eddie, who tells Jack that the Lords of Death stole his truck after him and Wang ran away. Eddie also reveals that the Lords of Death were just on a joyride, and Miao Yin unfortunately just happened to get in the way. Meanwhile, Gracie slips into the restaurant from out of the rain. Gracie then reveals to them that the Lords of Death took Miao Yin to a brothel called the White Tiger, so they could sell her. After finding out where Miao Yin is being held captive, Wang pleads for Jack to help him rescue Miao Yin, telling Jack that he has a great idea. Not long after, Jack, Wang, Gracie and Eddie arrive at the brothel called the White Tiger. Jack then enters the brothel by himself, dressed as a goofy-looking businessman. He then states to the woman at the front desk that his cab driver suggested he go to the White Tiger for special paid services. Then the woman agrees to help Jack, as she tells him to wait just a minute. Not long, another woman who works at the brothel comes to help Jack, and she asks him if he would like to pay, cash or charge. Jack tells the woman he would like to pay cash. Then as the woman goes to the back, she suddenly stops as she hears Jack telling the front desk woman that he would really prefer a girl with green eyes. However, the woman tells Jack that Chinese girls do not come with green eyes. Then, the other woman immediately goes to a secret back room, where the green-eyed Miao Yin is being held captive. Meanwhile, as Jack talks with a woman in a different part of the brothel, the entire building begins to shake uncontrollably. Then a large green luminescent sphere appears over the building, and suddenly the roof gets torn off, and Thunder appears descending in Miao Yin's room. Thunder then quickly cuts her wrist restraints, and he grabs Miao Yin reascending through the roof, and Thunder takes her to David Lo Pan. The following day, Jack and Wang track down the front business used by Lo Pan, called the Wingcom Exchange. And they dress up as two telephone repairmen to gain access. Jack and Wang enter the building talking loud and very fast to the security guards, as Jack waves around a disconnected telephone, and to their success they reach the back very easily without being stopped. After that, as the two take an elevator to the basement, it suddenly stops and the lights go out. The elevator then rapidly fills with water, forcing Jack and Wang to go under. And the two are completely terrified, as they swim through a bunch of decomposing bodies and chained up skeletons. And after they emerge from underwater, in a place called Hell of the Upside Down Sinners, they are quickly subdued by rain. Jack and Wang are then brought to meet Lo Pan, who now appears in his original form as a crippled old man. Lo Pan then reveals to them that he needs to marry a girl with dragon green eyes to break an ancient curse placed on him, in order to please the god Shi Huang, to regain his heart and blood and become young again. Suddenly, Lo Pan looks to his security monitors, and he is enraged when he sees Wang and Jack's friends at the front desk. On the other side, as Gracie, Eddie and Margot try to get into Lo Pan's building to save Wang and Jack, Thunder comes and unfortunately they are captured and taken to holding cells. Jack and Wang are also taken to a dungeon holding cell, blindfolded and restrained to wheelchairs. Nonetheless, Jack rocks his chair till he falls to the ground, which allows him to grab his knife in his boot, which he uses to free him and Wang. Suddenly, the two hear someone approaching, and they quickly jump into the wheelchairs and place their blindfolds back over their eyes. Thunder then enters the room, and he goes to place Eddie on a hook. And suddenly, Jack sneaks up behind Thunder and he places a knife to him. Eddie and Wang then make a run for it, when suddenly Thunder begins to expand like a balloon, sending Jack flying back into the wheelchair. Jack then screams in terror at the top of his lungs, as he flies down a steep ramp, and Jack almost dies, as the wheelchair crashes into the edge of a well. However, he quickly locks the wheels with his hands, as he looks down the gigantic deep well. The three of them then get heavily armed, and they proceed to go save Margot and Gracie. Meanwhile, as Lo Pan stands before a levitating Miao Yin, as he tries to touch her but he is unable to, as his ghostly hands go through her body. Lo Pan then looks to the sky, as he asks the god who cursed him to make him flesh again soon. On the other side, Jack flips a switch freeing women being kept in cells. He then frees Gracie, and Jack and all of the women immediately flee, as Thunder and a group of heavily armed soldiers chase them. Then everyone immediately jumps into a pool, quickly escaping into a secret passage hole, and they all escape a barrage of bullets from Thunder's men. Not long after, they all reach the door to escape Lo Pan's building. Then Gracie tells Jack that the escape bus is outside in the parking lot. Then as they make their move to escape, suddenly, a set of evil eyes appears in the wall sculpture. Then as Jack holds the security at gunpoint, Wang yells to everyone who immediately begins to run outside. And as Gracie runs she suddenly stops, as the wall opens up and a monstrous hand reaches out and grabs her inside. And with everyone safe inside the bus as it peels off, Jack looks around, and he asks where's Gracie at. Unfortunately, Gracie has been recaptured by an orangutan-like monstrous creature, who chains her to the floor. Next, Lo Pan notes that Gracie has green eyes too, so he decides to sacrifice her, while making Miao Yin his wife. A few paces ahead, Wang and Jack regroup with the Chang Sing and Egg Shen, and they enter a dark cavern under the earth to return to Lo Pan's headquarters. Meanwhile, Lo Pan holds a sacred ritual with Gracie and Miao Yin called the Burning Blade, which they must survive, in order for him to marry them and lift his curse. Miao Yin and Gracie then grab the glowing burning blades. Then Lo Pan levitates them high in the air, to which they both let one hand off of the burning blade, to touch a crystal ball, which activates bright glowing eyes on a sculpture attached to the crystal ball. After Lo Pan witnesses Gracie and Miao Yin survive the burning blade, he then decides to marry them both, and he tells the three storms to prepare them for the wedding. Furthermore, Jack, Wang and the rest of the group enter Lo Pan's wedding. But Egg Shen tells them to wait until the ceremony is done, because after Lo Pan is flesh again, that will be their only chance they have to kill him. Lo Pan then stabs Miao Yin with the needle of love. And after touching his own arm and noticing his own blood on his fingers, Lo Pan is overwhelmed with joy to see that the ritual is working, appeasing the god who cursed him, who is now allowing him to become flesh and blood again. Then Lo Pan's creature, a mysterious levitating head with multiple eyes, appears by Jack and Wang, but Wang stabs it and this alerts Lo Pan, which starts a deadly battle. Lo Pan then quickly retreats, accompanied by Thunder. Not long after, Gracie and Jack find Lo Pan and Thunder with Miao Yin. Jack then attempts to kill Lo Pan by throwing a knife, but he misses terribly. Lo Pan then picks up the knife and throws it back at Jack, trying to kill him. However, Jack quickly catches it and throws it back, with deadly precision killing Lo Pan. Thunder then returns, and enraged at finding Lo Pan dead, he swells up and explodes, killing himself. In the final sequences of the movie, Jack finds his truck, and he breaks out of Lo Pan's headquarters, and they all escape back to Wang's restaurant. The group then celebrates at Wang's restaurant, as him and Miao Yin prepare to marry. Lastly, before Jack leaves, Wang stops Jack and thanks him for helping him rescue Miao Yin. Then as Jack drives on the highway, unbeknownst to him, Lo Pan's creature has survived the battle, and has stowed away on his truck, and the movie ends here. Subscribe for more content like this, and hit the like button to help us out, and also leave a comment down below. And until next time, take care.